A long time ago, in a bustling town, there lived a baker whose bread was famous far and wide. His bakery was the heart of the town, known for the most delicious bread, cookies, and pastries anyone had ever tasted. Despite the popularity of his baked goods, the baker was known for being exceptionally greedy and stingy. He wouldn't even share the leftover breadcrumbs with the birds that fluttered around his shop. Next to the bakery, in a modest hut, lived a young man. He worked hard every day, taking on various jobs around the town to make ends meet. Despite having very little, he was known for his kindness and generosity. Always smiling and greeting people warmly, his cheerful nature made him a beloved figure in the town. The townspeople often marveled at how he could be so content with so little. The baker, however, was envious of his cheerful neighbor. "How can this man have so little and yet be so happy?" he wondered, grumbling to himself. Every day he watched the young man go about his day with a spring in his step, and it filled him with a sense of resentment. Every morning, the delicious aroma of freshly baked bread, sweet cinnamon buns, and flavorful pastries wafted through the air, filling the street. The young man, eating his simple stale bread on his porch, would savor these aromas, making his plain meal much more enjoyable. He often closed his eyes, taking deep breaths and imagining the taste of the delightful pastries, allowing the scent to enhance his humble meal. One morning, the baker noticed the young man enjoying his stale bread while inhaling the enticing smells from the bakery. "This is not fair," the baker thought. "The aroma from my bakery makes his plain bread taste better. He should be paying for this pleasure." After watching the young man enjoy his meal with the aroma from the bakery several times, the baker's envy grew. He decided to act. Knocking on his neighbor's door, he handed him a bill. The young man was perplexed, as he had never eaten at the bakery. "What is this bill for? I've never eaten at your bakery," he asked. The baker replied, "You enjoy the smell of my baked goods every day without paying. That is theft." "You want me to pay 10 gold coins for smelling the aroma?" the baffled neighbor asked. "Yes, if you don't pay, I'll take you to court," the baker insisted. Word of the baker's absurd demand spread through the town, and everyone laughed at its ridiculousness. People gossiped in the streets, at the market, and in their homes, sharing the absurdity of the baker's greed. Despite the public ridicule, the young neighbor consistently refused to pay for the smell, standing by his principles. So the baker took the case to a respected town judge. Everyone expected the judge to dismiss the case outright, but to their surprise, the judge said, "I must hear both sides," and ordered both men to appear in court. He also asked the young man to bring 5 gold coins. The greedy baker was thrilled by the judge's order, envisioning the coins jingling in his pocket, while the young man was worried about losing his precious savings. He spent a sleepless night contemplating the injustice of the situation, wondering how he could possibly be made to pay for something as intangible as a smell. On the day of the hearing, the courtroom was packed with curious townspeople, eager to see how the case would unfold. The atmosphere was electric with anticipation. The judge, known for his wisdom and fairness, listened carefully to the baker's complaint about the stolen smell. He took his time, ensuring that everyone in the courtroom understood the details of the case. Then, addressing the young man, the judge asked, "Is it true that you enjoyed the scent of this man's baked goods every day?" "Yes, Your Honor," the young man admitted. Eating stale bread was much more pleasant with the aroma of fresh pastries. The judge pondered for a moment before declaring, "Since the young man has admitted to enjoying the smell without paying, I declare that the smell has been stolen. The young man must pay the baker 5 gold coins." The young man was disheartened, but the judge ordered him to count the coins in front of the court. The young man carefully counted 5 gold coins and placed them in a pouch. "Now toss the coin bag from one hand to the other," the judge instructed. The young man did as he was told, and the sound of the jingling coins filled the room. The baker watched eagerly, anticipating his payment. His eyes gleamed with greed as he imagined the coins jingling in his purse. The judge then asked, "Did you see the coins?" "Yes, Your Honor," the baker replied. "Did you hear them jingle?" "Yes, it's a wonderful sound. The coins I fully deserve." The baker declared. The baker moved to take the coins, but the judge stopped him. "Wait! You have received your fair payment," The young man was guilty of stealing the smell from your bakery. You have been paid by seeing and hearing the sound of the coins. This case is dismissed." The courtroom erupted in applause, marveling at the judge's clever and just decision. The young man was relieved and grateful, feeling a weight lift off his shoulders. The baker, on the other hand, felt a deep sense of embarrassment as he realized the folly of his greed and foolishness. He hung his head in shame, avoiding the judgmental eyes of the townspeople. As the days passed, the story of the judge's ruling spread far and wide, becoming a legend that people would tell for generations. It served as a powerful reminder of the importance of generosity and the foolishness of greed. The townspeople admired the young man even more for his dignity and composure throughout the ordeal. From that day on, the baker learned the value of generosity and kindness. He began to share his leftover bread with the birds and the less fortunate in the town. The once greedy baker transformed into a figure of generosity, and his bakery continued to thrive, not just because of the quality of his goods, but because of the goodwill he had earned from the townspeople. The young man's life also changed for the better. His reputation for kindness and integrity grew, and he found that he had more friends and support than ever before. The bond between the baker and the young man grew stronger, and they often shared stories and laughter over freshly baked bread. In the end, the town became a better place because of the lessons learned from this simple yet profound story. The scent of fresh bread continued to waft through the streets each morning, now carrying with it a sense of community, kindness, and the understanding that true wealth comes not from material possessions, but from the love and respect of those around you.